at Jyoti Vidyapeeth, Women's University, Jaipur. Today I am going to take the lecture on the topic transactional databases, data mining functionalities, concept, class descriptions. So, you have already heard this term, transactional database, and also learned in the DBMS. Okay, so this transactional database, it is basically a collection of data organized by timestamps, date, etc. to represent transaction in database. So we can say this type of database has the capability to roll back or undo its operation when a transaction is not completed or committed. So from data analysis point of view, data mining can be classified into two categories, and first is the descriptive mining and second is the predictive mining. Descriptive mining means it describes a data set in a concise and summative manner and presents interesting general properties of the data. As the name itself means a descriptive, means description. And predictive mining is what? It analyzes the data to construct one or a set of models and attempt to predict the behavior of new data sets. So you can say database usually stores a large amount of data in great detail. So however, users often like to view sets of summarized data in concise descriptive terms. And so such data descriptions may provide an overall picture of a class of data or distinguish it from a set of comparative classes. So such description data mining is called concept descriptions and forms an important component of data mining. What is this concept description? It is the simplest kind of descriptive data mining and it is called the concept description. So this concept description usually refers to a collection of data such as frequent buyers, graduate students and so on. So the data mining task is what the description is not as its description is not a simple enumeration of the data. So instead, concept descriptions generates descriptions for categorization and summarization of data, and it is sometimes called class descriptions when the concept to be described refers to a class of objects. Then the second is the characterization, and it provides a concise and succinct summarization of a given collection of data. Comparison means it provides descriptions comparing two or more collections of data. Then come to the data generalization and summarization. In this, data and objects in database contains detailed information at the primitive concept level, like the item relation in a sales database may contain attributes describing low-level item information such as item ID, name, brand, category, supplier, place made, and price. So it is, you can say it is useful to be able to summarize a large set of data and present it at a high conceptual level. For example, summarizing a large set of items relating to Christmas session sales provides some general descriptions of such data and which can be very useful for sales and marketing managers. So this requires an important functionality and this is called the data generalization. Now come to what the data generalization is. It is a process that abstracts a large set of task relevant data in a database from a low conceptual level to higher ones. So it is a summarization of a general features of objects in a target class and produces what is called the characteristic rule. Okay, like one may want to characterize the our video store customer who regularly rent more than 30 movies a year. So with concept hierarchies on the attributes, this describes the target class. The attribute oriented induction method can be used for example to carry out data summarization. Okay, so the data cube containing summarization of data means a simple overlap operation. This fits for the purpose of data characterization. Basically, two approaches are used. First is the data cube approach, second is the attribute oriented induction approach. Now come to the presentation of generalized results. So generalized relations means the relations where sum of all attributes are generalized with counts or other aggregates value accumulated. Then the cross tabulation means mapping results into cross tabulations from similar to contingency tables. The excessive visualization techniques means pie charts, bar charts, curves, cubes, and other visual forms. Then come to the quantitative characteristics rules, means mapping generalized results in characteristic rules with quantitative information associated with it. And then come to the data cube approach. It is nothing but performing computation and storing results in data cubes. The strength means it is an efficient implementation of data generalization, computation of various kinds of measures, example like count, sum, average, max. So this generalization and specialization can be performed on a data cube by roll up and drill down. And come to the limitations means it handles only dimensions of simple non-numeric data and measures of simple aggregate numeric values. The second is a lack of intelligent analysis, can't tell which dimensions should be used and what level should be generalization reach. So this is all about today's session, and this session is powered by digital version 2.0 Jyoti Vidyapeeth, Women's University Jaipur. Hope you are satisfied with my digital session. If you have any query, please mention in comment box. I will resolve it. Thank you.